Wii what he wants and trust that he'll have effectively a free game, and in theory will be able to control tempo until Miracle comes online.
There we go, the Void Spirits.
We do have that Koifa versus Weeha mid matchup, Zeus versus Void Spirits, which is going very, very well for Koifa. He's even got himself 3 denies.
I would imagine that's fairly Zeus favored. High base damage, good attack animation. Now, finally, he has a good attack animation, and then also, you just do so much magic damage against a hero that literally has a physical damage shield.
Yeah.
Void Spirit doesn't really do anything to a Zeus.
And then our bottom, like, oh, they're going to try and keep him in the silence. Oh, insane. He gets hit by it, pops the healing salve, but he's still dead. Mind control. Gets the first blood. I think Insania read that he wasn't going to be able to dive past the silence in time, and therefore he would just come right back.
Yeah, he had the point. Like, it was available. He just made the read. Oh, that's a nice read too. Speaking of which, it's cool to see Void Spirit players hitting those nice.
Oh, Taiga, he's in big time trouble here. Throws out the avalanche, and he's gonna die here if this last decay hits him. And there it is. RMN collects a second kill for Nigma in this laning phase.
Yeah, 2-0 so far. I mean, these lanes I wouldn't say are necessarily supposed to go like this. They're about even. There's different timings you can have for either lane. Oh my god, that's the worst death that you could possibly have. I mean, that's your Spectre. This is your counter to the Arc Warden. I don't know if they can keep aggroing. 2 kills on both the heroes.
Yeah, but is the other matchup any better? You want that Spectre into the Undying Arc Warden lane? That looks pretty bad too.
See, the Undying is the real issue. Yeah. That's a problem.
RMN will die here to the combo of the Darkseer and the Tiny, so they do manage to get that. Continues to dominate 25-3. And Taiga helps him get a kill. Even better as Weeha spots Taiga. It's on the other side of things. That's where the Rubik is signed. And look at him. They really want to be able to protect Weeha here and allow him to be able to get this. And Koifa and Taiga are not going to let him to. Dissimulate goes out. He does manage to pick it up, and now he's fully committed. Toss up in the air, and he may just be dying as Insania is going to ensure it here. Now GH, he's probably going to be run down as Koifa has those high levels of Arc Lightning that we've been seeing from Zeus.
Reset from Fountain, at least.
So even before that play, I was going to set it up where Liquid do have a chance to be able to come back, right? Because they have this crazy global strategy, a classic Zeus Spectre duo. Mind Control doing a good job controlling up the bounty rune there, and they get Insania's courier for that.
Darkseer Phoenix as well. Like, these heroes are nothing to scoff at in the late game. They're not really like damage dealing cores per se, but they offer so much for team fights. Right, like you have the vacuum you have the surge on the Spectre, maybe on the Zeus to save him, the wall creating the illusion of the Arc Warden, Bloodseeker.
Nature's Prophet Zeus, which, you know, is another global strategy, but the current Nature's Prophet that does so much damage with Wrath of Nature, the only way to really deal with that is to hide, to be off map, and Zeus reveals you, right? So it's like...
It's the same thing, the Spectre Zeus.
Yep.
I imagine that's what you're moving into, is this call.
Oh, there's the Zeus ultimate to go off, and might just get them 2 kills here in the top lane, but GH is there to turn things around, and if anything, Boxy is going to get a little bit low. Stick will heal him back up here. They're actually going to TP out and
defers to play against. We even saw Bloodseeker doing well against the Nature's Prophet.
Taiga approaches and then backs away. As soon as the TP was there, I think he was hoping to be able to get an avalanche toss back, but no such luck, and looks like that. So this is a very dangerous man. Weeha, as he tends to, full out aggression, dissimulate immediately. Ash will step away before he can get caught by the stun. Still got the rest of the team surrounding him here, so he's still ready to fight, but Koifa's going to cut over. They do have the blood right. Taiga throws out his combo, tries to bring down Mind Control, and they do. Taiga really...
Your hero is that you feel like people are low, so when you're playing in the offlane, it's like, oh, I can run them down, right? But that you do no damage. You do no right-click damage, so you get baited into the tower like that, and then allow Taiga to make that play.
Nice kill. Liquid beginning to pick up some...
A lot of people flame this Spectre plus Darkseer combo. It's like, oh, it's Surging Spectre. That's not that scary, right?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, dodging the rupture there for a second. Mind Control still looks to get it out. Instead, he's going to throw it onto the Phoenix here. Phoenix not have the Supernova. Getting behind this tier 1. Blood right in the middle, so Phoenix isn't able to dodge it here, and they'll just burst him down with GH.
Nice thing about the Bloodseeker when you... Oh.
There's that Ion Shell on the Darkseer. Another combo better is that Tiny.
Right, exactly what I was saying about the Spectre, too. It's like in the early game, you throw an Ion Shell on some hero, all of a sudden they become a killer.
Yeah. Boxy is going to be able to surge away from a lot of this damage. Really nicely played, but he may still die. In fact, he does. There's the soul rip. Just an advantage one way or another.
You know, I look at this liquid draft. Like, if you have this draft in a pub, and I know this is a pub. Okay,
Koifa pulled back in.
So much damage.
Looking to be able to burst him down. Just need a little bit more. Koifa trying to dodge those hits. Turns around, gets a little damage onto Weehaw here. Backs away, but he dies eventually to Soul Rip, and so will Taiga, looks like, as they just effortlessly dive this tier 1 tower with multiple people, and they've got the Sea Dragon alive too.
I like how
the more towers they take, the more map control Arc Warden can grab with his Tempest Double. But here comes a re-smoke up from Liquid. Run over Mind Control real quickly. Koifa pops the ultimate to ensure the last hit there on Mind Control. Big kill. And let's see if they similarly can get an objective off of a hero kill like that. Insania diving forward, does manage to catch GH. Look at that, stun ray immediately going out from Insania to prevent the Icarus dive steal himself here, and see if Weehaw takes the bait or not.
Yeah, this is a really nice play. Oh, Miracle goes for the wraparound.
And Koifa's caught. Telekinesis is there in time.
Once again, I'm impressed with how active he's being.
Okay, Weehaw's going to take it. He's going to go for this kill on Insania. I'm not sure that a Tiny is going to be able to do enough damage, but we'll see. Weehaw's another Astral Step. Insania catches him, slows him down just enough. Another round of Fire Spirits, a little bit more. The Spectre ult's going to go off. They have the egg as well. They're going to dive in deep with this dagger and eventually get the kill, yes. But it cost them 2 ultimates for it.
Maybe we taunted a little bit.
Yeah. And we've seen so often like these Tinies with Grimstrokes, or like so many heroes basically. It's like you add a little bit of a nuke on top of that and it almost guarantees you're going to get a kill.
Yeah, exactly.
If you get your combo off. They're going to pull him back in with the Aether Remnant, see if they can blow him up before he gets off the Supernova. He does manage to do so, but the Egg's going to die really quickly, and now Taiga is probably going to die as well. Nice tie spout, Weehaw. But he has no TP, so, and he has no way to cut down trees, so there's nowhere he can cut down and hide. No options.
It is.
Yeah.
Just too mobile, too tanky.
Taiga now has his Blink Dagger. He took the time to be able to farm it up, and they're going to go for the fast kill on a Mind Control. But Mind Control with a pipe up and a Soul Rip, he heals up so much. They do manage to get the Supernova off. The Ult Scepter buying Koifa a little bit of time. The Egg protecting him. They deal with the Tombstone, but Weehaw comes in looking for the execution on a Koifa here, but he stays alive, staying away. Dagger coming in, dissimulate. No, he doesn't actually get hit by it. Weehaw trying to finish him. The Ult Scepter, their toss up in the air, does manage to finally get the Zeus there from GH, but it's still a 1-for-1 trade-off. Nigma pushing forward, looking to catch some of these heroes, slow them down. Phoenix will eventually get out here. Mickey, he's pretty healthy. A nice toss. Avalanche combo there from Taiga. Mickey, though, getting so aggressive. I think he thought he could just 1v4 pretty easily. That may not be the case. He has the Sunrise on top of him. That's healing him up a lot, but it's not quite enough. The vacuum comes in, grabbing a number of heroes with the Fire Spirits on him. The Avalanche toss kills Miracle, almost takes down GH as well. Taiga deals the finishing blow there, and Mickey. It's like Zeus and Spectre automatically, right? But any of these heroes, any of these fights happening around a tier 2, right? Those are massive.
Yeah.
Taiga makes the jump in with the follow-up. Nimbus trying to blow up Mind Control real quick, but once again, his sustain build allows him to be able to tank through this burst damage pretty quickly. Insania has to get out. Weehaw gonna be able to chase him down. Gets one silence on top of it. Insania gonna pop the Supernova right as he throws the Fire Spirits out. RMN has been pulled back into his doom, but Nigma say we forced a lot out of them. Let's just call it here reset real quickly. They're gonna lose their Tempest Double. That'll be a little extra gold for Taiga, but other than that, I mean, a Supernova for an Undying, I don't think Liquid's unhappy with that either. Oh, they're actually going to go back in. They managed to catch Taiga. That is a really big upgrade, but the Sunray's healing him. Finally, he does go down. The damage coming in from Miracle with the Mjolnir. He's doing a lot. Mickey's going to try and get on top, and there goes that BKB. Mickey has to instantly reset here. Taiga buys back. He's here in the fight, but they have to wait out that BKB. Boxy trying to get out of the Blood Right, does manage to do so, while Taiga looks for the entry back in, catches up to him. There, Weehaw gets got inside the Nimbus by Taiga. Now they're going to be able to stop Miracle's TP as well. Koifa looking to be able to chase him down, pull him back in with a vacuum. Mickey Mickey running down all these heroes in mind control. One of the last cores left alive with Weehaw buying back in. They've got 2 alive in this fight. Can they actually close it out? They're going to get on top of Koifa here. Koifa dancing away behind this tree. It's going to be run down. Bloodright dodges that. Where's the refs? Where are they? They're trying to chase down the rest of the supports right now while Koifa's calling for help. He's like, please, anybody save me. But they're not here. The rest of Liquid don't show up. They play around this Nimbus, and now a very fast mind control is looking for some extra kills. Fortunately, Taiga's able to blink himself away, but all of these heroes are low. Mind control certainly can catch. Oh, God, he got fooled. Boxy playing inside of the easy camp, lured him into a vacuum. He's now stuck up on the high ground. That was supposed to be all their chase. Now Taiga, oh, they just got him. That's a die back there. Weehaw's dead. Mind control's still stuck up on the cliff, so he has to actually TP back to the mid-tier 1 tower, but the supports, they're a little far out here, and Mickey, he's feeling good after that Sunray heal for the Bloodright. It does a lot of damage. Quickly mantas up and goes back in with the Avalanche. Stun onto 2, a toss up in the air. Mind control solo, vacuum him back in, but the Soul Rip managed to keep him alive. RMN will back out as well. The Supernova explodes, and look, but
Fortunately, Koifa.
I mean, that was 2 Supernovas in that fight, by the way.
That was a long
one, but it means that he doesn't have the Supernova here. He tries to jump in and steal away the Aegis. He doesn't get it, and GH actually snatches him before he can get back up to the high ground. So Insania going to be slowed down and eventually killed here. You can see Weehaw.
Falls to the Liquid supports. Who am I kidding? It falls to everybody to peel for the Zeus and the Arc.
Yeah.
That's just,
they got to throw their lives.
That's just Dota.
Wherever they can. Taiga is one of them that cannot afford going down right now because that is a dieback. So 70 seconds with an Aegis on top of that. Nigma, yeah, I wasn't going to say go high ground before, but now it's a very real possibility. One of the most dangerous situations was getting tossed back into the base, and that's no longer a problem for a minute.
Taiga's been so crucial in these fights, too. You cannot lose him, but they do have a Zeus. This is one of the best heroes at holding high ground, especially with that Aghanim Scepter. That's going to make it very difficult.
They can deal with the Tempest double. Normally, the bubble protects you really well, but Mickey is so statted up right now. He can play frontline pretty well, and then the Zeus pumps out so much damage through the bubble that there's just not a whole lot of reliable chip damage here for Nigma. So yeah, even with the tiny down,
entire existence will deal with the physical damage.
Really nice combo of wards here from Nigma. They see this farming that's currently going on. Unfortunately, the smoke is going to arrive a little bit too late to punish them, or maybe it won't. GH is going to be able to lead off. Telekinesis, Weehaw follows up, cleans out the creep wave, and they get the rupture onto Mickey here. The Lotus Orb bounced it back onto Mind Control. Mind Control, he's going to die to the Blade Mail almost. Woo! He actually heals up a decent amount, but you see that Blade Mail actually causing him some real problems there.
The counter. That's the counter. We were talking about the magic damage. We were talking about the physical damage, but what about pure?
Yeah. Man, that was funny. He like moved a little bit for the rupture, and then all of a sudden he just kept bleeding out.
Dude, one time I was Weaver. There's a Bloodseeker.
Yeah.
And
you got the 25 talent and blade mailed him?
No, I blade mailed. He ruptured me. I Sakuchi'd as far as I could, and then I pressed R, and he died instantly. He took like 2,000 pure damage. He was probably so confused.
That's pretty good.
Unfortunately, it didn't happen in this game because the Bloodseeker's an offlaner, so he's got Greaves.
And by hit R, you mean you were still in range of the like 1,300.
Correct.
So you did a bunch of Shikuchi running damage and then zipped it all back. Mickey pops the ultimate here. They see the opportunity with GH gone. They say, this is a great time to be able to jump them. And look at that. They've taken 2 supports and the offlaner down, and they're still looking for more. Taiga throws out an Avalanche, just kind of hunting right now. Does manage to get the courier there from RMN with the tree.
Man, if only they knew Miracle was right there around the... Be lost immediately there with the BKB coming out and then everybody coming back alive on Nigma.
Taiga with the spider legs gets himself up here on the high ground. He has a lot of vision of Nigma here. I think they also know that BKB is still on cooldown for a little bit. There goes Taiga, makes his initiation. Pulling back in. They do have the actually stolen wall there from Mickey. That actually cost him a lot, and he actually goes down. He doesn't have buyback either with Boxy taking so much damage as well. They get a secondary core. This could easily be Nigma pushing high ground and taking at least the lane of barracks. Boxy, eventually that rupture does wear out, and they back away. But Miracle, it's time to lay some damage out of these tier 3s. See how quickly they can take this lane of barracks. The backdoor protection will save them a moment or two, but the creep wave's coming.
Once again, there's this question that, you know, anytime there's a Zeus, it's like, can you go high ground? Even with the Spectre dead, like, you almost have to kill the Zeus. I mean, it looks like they're going to get the tier 3 at least.
Yeah, they're pushing back a lot of these. Like, it's not easy to get close to this. As you can see, Boxy's just going to tank out some of the Spark Race to open it up for Taiga and for Koifa to be able to get close. They're going to pull back in, see if they can finish off this Tempest double, and they do.
The double siege creep definitely helps out there. I think if that wasn't a double siege timing, you might see something totally different with the backdoor kick in.
They're going to pop the glyph, but they still have 20 seconds on the Spectre. I think Nigma, at this point, you commit, or maybe even better if you could see the opportunity to initiate. But no, just a full lane of barracks. You're going to be very happy with that. They're going to back away before Liquid can catch them at all. Very nice.
Clean, man. The way that he used the vector targeting to put it in the direct path that Spectre would need to go to get back to her team.
They try to catch Weehaw. It looks like Duke managed to get him with the toss Nimbus, and then the lightning bolt comes in from... That is coming out here from Nigma. Weehaw did not panic. He did not buy back here. They have the repair kit as well, but Taiga does go in. Heads the avalanche combination. They finish off the courier there of RMN, but they don't get a hero.
I don't think I've ever seen a tier 1 repair kitted. Usually they're all gone by the time you get a repair kit.
And this is a serious problem. I don't think Liquid can take this tower at all.
This is what you usually see on the high ground, is the repair kit and then the Arc Warden bubbles. This is going to make the next Roche so difficult to fight for Liquid.
Yeah.
They have no outer tower.
And have to hold on to the rest for that buyback, presumably. Mind Control leading the charge here. He's proven that he's more than tanky enough with 3,200 HP.
Oh my god, he's got the Witless Shaco now too.
Yeah, that is unfair. That is just wrong.
That is mean. Just relax, dude.
And Mickey. Oh, there's so much stuff. The Spark Racer everywhere. Miracle's Tempest double is very quickly doing so much damage. Looks like they tried to wrap into the side, but Weehaw spotted them, and he put an end to all of that. Boxy goes down, and Taiga at half health has to use the Spider Legs to retreat. A 4 versus 5 now. Nigma continue their foot on the throat of Liquid. Pushing this high ground, chipping away at this tier 3. Another 400 health for the Bloodseeker, by the way, so he's down at 3,600. Jump in from Insania. Taiga's going to follow that up. They try and blow up Weehaw real quickly. In and out. Disengage. Insania going in with the sun right here. Yule Scepter up in the air. Nimbus trying to stop him. Thinks he is going to be silenced up, and he will not be able to get off the egg. Mickey has committed himself in here, trying to go for Mind Control, but again, Mind Control super tanky. Back up at the high ground he goes, using the dagger, but he's still going to be hit by that blood right. Still taking a lot of damage. Now they've lost the Zeus. That's going to be another buyback. In fact, Mickey may still die. The Spark Race, a little bit shallow there, are unable to catch him, but still. Nigma, they lost very little in that team fight. They still have that Aegis. They still have that cheese, I think. Wait, that's a dieback.
Wait, why was he there?
He was so far forward. I don't know what happened there.
Oh, man. I mean, it's probably over either way, but it's really over without the Zeus. There's no way you can hold this. This is Megas. They might even just go straight throne.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing here. Just playing around the bubble, laying into these tier 4s. There's so much sustain. Taiga's going to make his initiation. God, he just goes in and almost immediately takes so much. Supernova goes out. Dealing dealt with. The vacuum back in is not enough of disable. The Supernova egg does explode. Nigma and all of the Miracle Illusions that they're everywhere here are dealing damage out to Mickey, and Mickey has gotten a couple of kills, but again, Nigma had all those buybacks to work with, and Liquid just does not have as many. They're going to buy back now on the Spectre and Taiga. See if they can go back in one more time, deal with Miracle and that Aegis, but it's going to cost Taiga potentially his dieback here as he's pulled back in into the Aether Remnant quickly. Lotus Orbed up. That's going to be able to bail him out, and back on the fountain he goes, continuing this fight. 3 versus 5, and Mickey, oh, what a vacuum, trying to save Mickey, no! He gets popped there by the Fate Bolt of GH, and that is just it. They've lost their carry, and Liquid will lose the first game of this best of 3.
At the moment the Spectre dies, they just immediately call GG despite having a couple of heroes that could be alive there, you know.
Yep.
But man, yeah, that was just really that.
You don't have this big core such as Medusa, right? However, last game they had the Spectre, and I believe that Spectre.
Yeah, for sure. I think it makes teams so hard to predict. Like this is, I mean, a lot of teams you can look at what their players pick, and you're like, okay, I know where this hero is going to be.
That Mystic Snake hurt, and Koifa, he's going to have to back away from this one. He still has his healing salve to work with, but still, damn. He's got to be careful. Oh, God. He had to pop the fairy fire other way. Oh, shit. He may actually die here. He is. Miracle gets the first blood. How do you... Good against the Death Prophet just in the laning phase, right? But he's also one of the best heroes. She's one of the best heroes to stand in front of pushes, right?
This is true. Yeah, this is true.
So Koifa, he may not, like without rotations, he's not going to feel comfortable just charging at that mid tower. And we'll have to see how Liquid adjusts if supports are going to be rotating into mid to gank the mid, move to the side lanes and try and take those towers first.
I think you have to go to the side lanes at this point. He's doing...
It's Koifa.
Man, one more hit. Like, he's having such a rough time here. I think he's going to lose his tower to this Medusa.
I think so too. I think Insania may be able to kill RMN here. As he's going to go for that second round. RMN has to let the heal come into play to be able to stay alive, but it's not good enough. Insania does...
Okay.
My goodness, that's the first time I've heard a really passionate, angry response from Jenkins. Apparently he's not a fan of tigers, and you know who's also not a fan of tigers? Weehaw.
That is what you sound like.
Fan of rotations. Koifa being run down again. Fortunately, he does have another healing salve to work with, and Miracle is also getting low whenever he's chasing this Death Prophet, so who knows, maybe things will swing back around as we're going to see them try to do so here. GH does get stunned up. Insania going for the double nuke. They do manage to bring him down back over to Miracle.
You can just have the support leave. They can just go wherever they want. Like, you see them just chilling around mid, maybe stacking, back in base, doing whatever. And then Nature just gets all these levels, and then boom! At one of these moments, we're going to see that ult come out. Somebody's going to have some clenching going on, that's for sure.
Bunch of minus armor. Taiga. Mystic Snake. That's not going to be enough, but if they get a second, maybe third hit, and RMN stretch it out. And he gets the kill on Taiga.
That Venjora, man. Nice attack range there. Look at this. 3 Wraith Bands.
Wraith Band.
This is the trend that we're seeing from...
Oh no, Koifa! He's been caught by the rotation of mind control here. The Spirit Siphon trying to help out, trying to get away from these damn treants, but the damage is too much. Heavy rotation.
Not want to get comboed again. He was sick and tired of getting comboed for the entirety of the last game with this exact matchup.
Yeah, well, he's going to get comboed right here now as they do finish him off nice and clean. Insania pops out with the extra control and the extra damage to kill Weehaw again.
Courier has been killed.
Do you kind of feel like the solution maybe is a couple of bracers and then...
He zones the Leshrac out. The Leshrac being one of the best heroes to take stacks away, making sure that in turn the Medusa is the one to collect on those stacks.
Yeah, it's a very nice draft actually. Body blocks from the trees.
Treant's doing so much work. Mickey does finally close that distance, but doesn't get the toss back here. And Insania blocked out. They're going to fill that hole. Weehaw staying on top of Insania here. Who's going to turn? They do have RMN coming in as well, and it looks like Insania is probably going to get popped with this magic missile. A little bit more damage. The Fire Spirit slowing down these attacks. Weehaw still looking to finish him off. They does have the magic immunity and heal to stay alive. Taiga's going to have to be Icarus diving away here. The combination used on to Weehaw. Still staying alive. The Fortune's End. A little bit more. The Purifying Flames and a hit from Mickey.
I don't know if a level 6 Leshrac is too much of a threat.
Mickey's on hunt. He's gonna come in and toss up in the air. Boxy eventually will follow it up with the lightning to slow him down. And mind control's dead as well. Liquid just...
Where we is the guy that's gonna run in and get everything started.
Yep.
And then we'll have the damage dealer on mind control. Seems like they value having somebody that can do that.
Oh, and Aether Remnant pulls back Taiga. Taiga still has the Supernova, and Leshrac's coming in with CP's coming in as well. They can certainly fight around this area. Who are they going to catch? It's going to be Mind Control. They don't bother with Weehaw. He has Astral Steps. He's slippery. Mind Control, meanwhile, comes Mickey. See GH and RMN, they both have the read. They know where the game's going to be coming from, but they may not have expected this much of a rotation. Supernova right out, middle of the tier 1 tower, but the heroes are getting on top of the egg. The egg is certainly going to die here with a beautiful stomp out that controls up everybody on the side of Liquid and allows them to be able to run them down each one by one. Boxy will be the last one to die here with a false promise, and he's just putting out damage. But in the end, it was RMN for 5 on the side of Liquid, because the score may be 8-8 at 15 minutes, but Nigma, there's no doubt about it that they are certainly winning this game, having a huge lead, 9,000 net worth. Koifa trying to run down some heroes right now. I think Liquid, they just need to be able to force some fights and actually win some fights, but Taiga's already dead, and now the combo going out. Mind Control, he's been picked off. Mickey was able to burst him down, but now they have to all flood him through. The Wrath of Nature comes through and obliterates Insania. Offensive smoke up after they take the tier 1 tower. The rest of the team sweeping back into that triangle where they have this nice aggressive ward. So they've already spotted Koifa, and they've chosen him as the next victim. A long-range combination, Magic Missile, Aether Remnant into the ultimate of GH. Mickey goes to the toss, back into the stun from Boxy. Okay, that's a decent amount of damage, but RMN, he just swaps them into the high ground here. Now Liquid have focused all their damage on a hero they couldn't kill. He gets off the Stone Gaze. Boxy turns around with a false promise once again, putting out what damage he can before he dies. And it looks like they might be able to get the support. The Supernova stun goes down. Weehaw takes a decent amount of damage, but you could see the power of the pipe. They just don't take enough damage to die. Weehaw is still up through all of this. The Fire Spirits hit him one more time, but he will stay up. Maybe he was looking for an offensive swap or something.
But it happened to be the perfect place to put the perfect hero, maybe minus a Terrorblade or like a Drow, you could argue is better than a Medusa, but you pull her up to that high ground. She's happy. Yeah, Mind Control's just a do hope so.
Orchid stops Mickey from getting a combo into the Nature's Prophet. I think he thought to himself he had to get some physical damage in first. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to burst him down. The stomp prevents the Ingress dive out. Taiga's been caught. Insania, once again, this Wrath of Nature proves to be his bane. They may be able to take down Weehaw. Okay, that's a pipe carrier as well. But unfortunately, they've lost Koifa. There goes that Exorcism, and Miracle's a god. At least that's what the game believes, because he is godlike right now. Avalanche to be able to stop the stomp. Mickey, though, cannot get far enough away as he's been hit by the Scotty. And eventually Mind Control will catch him. This is a very, very rough game. It felt like game 1 there were possibilities of Liquid being able to pull out the W, but here it's been a merciless affair as Nigma, well, the only mercy they had is that, well, Mickey slipped through their fingers. Boxy is going to be run down by RMN, so that's something.
Unfortunately, you do kill the guy that just respawns immediately after you kill him as an illusion.
Yeah.
And he is the coach.
Boxy with the haste rune. Toss him onto Weehaw, see if they can get the Yule Scepter up on him into the stun, but the Aether Remnant pull into the stomp again, and now they're all going to get snapped back with the Orchid into the back line, so the Oracle can't even get the false promise off. Nigma have all the answers, man. They've got all the answers, no matter what the move
stage about it. And I think I get it now. Like, this looks like a totally different Elder Titan performance compared to what we see from a lot of ETs. Like, he's running in and manning up, but he's ravaging people, man. Like, he's putting out choke points, he's hitting 5-man stomps, he's hitting the right heroes in the back line.
Yeah, that Earth Splitter is just destroying. Nice toss back. He tried to go for the Manta dodge there. Instead, the real hero is put into the tier 4, so with the Supernova out, Miracle has to commit to be able to killing the egg. The old Scepter looks to be able to stop things, but the egg still dies, as Weehaw was the one to be able to bring it down instead. Now Miracle turns and fights with the remnants of his last bit of mana here, gets a decent amount back. Koifa healing up with the Essence Ring once again. Mickey trying to go in, see if he can get some more damage in. There is going to be the false promise on the Koifa here. Miracle is going to be caught out of mana at this point, almost finished off, but Weehaw, he zips on it with the Wrath of Nature on out, and Miracle surviving through it all. Even that last toss back was not enough. Just call it Liquid. It's over. They did everything they could, threw everything they had to kill Miracle once, and it still was not enough. A very clean and